Support for WYES is made possible by Mary Lou Kristovich in memory of her husband, William Kristovich.
I'm Peggy Scott Laborde. We have holiday cheer. Welcome to Steppin Out, spotlighting the New Orleans area's arts and entertainment scene. Seated at our table tonight, Louisiana and Gulf Coast photographer Cece Lockwood, who has received the Sierra Club's Ansel Adams Award for Conservation Photography and has many books. Welcome to our show.
Well, it's great to be here,
Very
Peggy.
good to see you. And Poppy Tooker, host of the WWNO radio program, Louisiana Eats. Hello, Miss Poppy. And we're so glad she's back. Soprano Sarah Jane McMahon, here to discuss her holiday concert with Lyrica Baroque, and she'll also be performing for us a little later. Welcome, dear.
So
great
happy
to see
be
you.
back.
Love the dress.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. And Steppin Out theater critic Alice Mason, also editor of the Crescent City Jewish News. But first up, Miss Poppy.
Well, you know, it's Christmas time, so it's great to know there are still tickets available for the Royal Sonesta Teddy Bear Tea, because usually those things are, and this is a really fun time. Story time with Mrs. Claus, Santa, a sing-along with Rudolph, the Sugar Plum Fairy, Marching Toy Soldiers, and for the grown-up boys, they even have the New Orleans Saints-ations. And so that's going on for the next 3-4 days. Tickets available, several seatings. Sign up and go. It's fun. Great new thing at Brennan's, Breakfast at Brennan's with Santa. One day only, Monday, coming up, the 19th. They have seatings at 9:30 a.m. and 12:30. It's a 3-course breakfast. Adults 55, children 35, under 2, free. Bottomless mimosas or Bloody Marys for $15. But what's really great is it snows in the courtyard.
Oh.
Santa's there. You can take pictures with Santa. There's reindeer games. They're decorating cookies. And they even have cotton candy. Real fun. Then, if you're kind of stumped about what to do about the holiday Christmas party at the office, just take everybody on Wednesday to Annunciation Whiskey Wednesday. This sounds like a really great party to me. From 5 until 7, cocktails and spirits will be offered along with bites from executive chef Jacob Curitin. And uniquely curated whiskey cocktails, all priced between $9 and $15. Things like the Kentucky Mule with Woodford Reserve, the New Fashioned with Buffalo Trace, the Irish Derby with Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, and the Shotgun Wedding with Amador Double Barrel Bourbon Whiskey. They're going to extend the happy hour food menu, which prices range in the small plates from $3 to $7. Pork cracklins, boudin balls with house boudin, smoked fried chicken, and a cheeseburger made with ground short rib, white cheddar, and a brioche bun. Then you can stay on for dinner or go another day. For dinner at Annunciation, Divine, Gulf drum with Covey Rise Farm sweet potatoes and yams, sautéed kale, and a moutarde beurre blanc, caviar like mustard seeds reduced with apple cider vinegar and white wine, and then mounted with soft butter. How delicious. There's pork ossobuco, there's seared yellowfin tuna with Creole fried black rice, and oh my goodness, a sweet potato habanero sauce. And then there's Sunday brunch at Annunciation too. Annunciation has really stepped their game up, and the brunch, they have live entertainment, they have specialty cocktails and $5 Bloody Marys and mimosas, Louisiana berry waffles with vanilla cream and Steen's blended syrup, a New York strip steak with poached eggs and pommes frites, or oyster dressing Benedict, or Boudin Benedict. Both sound like great ideas to me.
Now, you mentioned in the course of your conversation just now, Boudin twice. It is amazing how the word Boudin has gotten on, and that dish has gotten on local menus.
Oh, yeah, everybody
You never
loves
used to
it.
hear of that. That was something exotic that your cousin would bring in from the country, and like, I've got that for you, put it in the freezer, you can have it later.
I think we have Koshan Butcher to thank for that.
I think you're right.
They mainstreamed the Boudin for us in the
Boudin
city.
and cracklins and all that good stuff.
Yum.
All right, thank you. And we turn to Cece, and we've been wanting to have you with us for a long time. So many beautiful books, and we'll be showing some images shortly. But Cece, how did you first get into the outdoors?
Well, I grew up in northern Arkansas and spent all my younger days fishing, camping, canoeing through the little whitewater rapids of the Ozark Mountain streams. And then I was lucky enough to come to LSU and find out about the people, the culture, and the swamps and marshes, and I fell in love. And to spend my time out there, I got a camera and taught myself how to do it. And
Wow.
14 books later, here I am.
Were you ever concerned about like being bitten by something? Look at you in the water. Not really, huh?
Not really. There's a lot more alligators now, though. We've the bald eagle and the American alligator. We have really done a good environmental job on, and I'll look twice before I step in the bayou now.
But you know, you still don't see kudzu in Louisiana. You see it in Mississippi, but you don't see that around. You see a lot of of course, the lilies and all that. But
Yeah, we have a lot of exotic species that are causing an environmental problem, and
Yeah.
the water hyacinth one that came to New Orleans at the King Cotton Expedition a
The
long
World's
time
Fair,
ago.
huh? Yeah.
And
Wow.
it's just, some of those are terrible. But
Well, of course, folks can still buy your beautiful photos in Baton Rouge, but there's some news.
yeah, I just opened a gallery, Lockwood Gallery North in St. Francisville, right behind the Magnolia Cafe, in the little 3V motor court cottages, and first official day opens tomorrow.
Well, that's exciting. And you have a book signing coming up?
Yeah, at my other gallery, I'll sneak out of there for 2 hours to go to the Backpacker at the Lockwood Gallery in Baton Rouge and sign my new book, Louisiana Wild, there.
Now, spending more time going back and forth, but more time in St. Francisville, does that mean you'll be shooting more of that area? Does that just comes naturally?
It's one of the few hilly areas in Louisiana, and it's just gorgeous. Springtime with the wildflowers growing, and then the fall colors. It was beautiful this year. So it's going to be wonderful, but I'm not going to forget about the marshes and the
Okay,
swamps.
please don't. And I remember in your book on the Yucatan, which we showed the cover in just a moment ago, you've gone beyond Louisiana and all this. Do you have any other dream projects down the road?
Well, I'm thinking about food. I love to eat. And my son raises free-range chickens, beef, and hogs in Virginia, and I'm thinking about doing a book on sustainable agriculture and close food, home food that you get grown close. And Louisiana could grow so much more and we could stop those trucks coming from Florida and California and have tomatoes that taste like tomatoes. That's a real interesting project to me then.
Well, once again, if people want more information, they can, of course, check out your galleries and your website, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty easy, cclockwood.com.
Okay, thanks. We're so glad you're here. And New Orleans Magazine's quiz queen, Julia Street, has a question for us. Last time, A.J. Neary told us what early R&B classic includes the line, "See my nan and my paran," in describing Christmas on the Bayou. And, of course, that was Papa Noel and Brenda Lee sang it. Now, tonight's question. He recorded a song called Christmas in New Orleans. Who was he and what instrument did he play? Email your answers to steppinout@wyes.org. Our prizes, well, tonight we've got so many good prizes. It's Christmas, right? So we've got tickets to the NOLA Christmas Fest, which opened today at the Convention Center and will be open through December 30th with special hours Christmas Eve and Day. It's all indoor with an ice skating rink, a 120-foot ice slide, and other fun family activities. And thanks to our friends at Pelican Publishing, we have a copy of the book Fairgrounds Through the Lens by Lou Hodges and me. By the way, I have a book signing and discussion. We have it tomorrow at the Historic New Orleans Collection on Royal Street from 1 to 3 p.m. We also have a copy of the book The Essential Louisiana Seafood Cookbook. That's by Renaissance Publishing, the folks who do New Orleans Magazine, and it includes wonderful recipes by Stanley Dry. And plus, we've got New Orleans Homes at Christmas by, we love her, Bonnie Warren, also by Pelican. And we've got a pair of free admission passes to either the Audubon Zoo, Aquarium of the Americas, or the Butterfly Garden and Insectarium. By the way, ice skating returns at the Audubon Zoo on December 26th and will be available through the 31st. It's part of the Snowfari adventure, which also includes a 15-foot tall snow globe. Also, our friends at Kitchen Witch Cookbooks continues to host their Sip and Shop and Stroll on Fridays from 5 to 7 p.m. with complimentary libations while you shop. And free parking is available at the shop's front side and side entrance. You can visit WYES.org for our online calendar to see our lineup events. And we've got, including the Carol Robinson Gallery Christmas show by local artists until December 30th. You can also link to our WYES YouTube channel to visit our program. And now, Sarah Jane, we're so glad to have you back. You've been busy this year, huh?
I've been very busy. I was in North Carolina for concerts and Cleveland with their symphony. And of course, I just did the Brahms Requiem with the LPO. So it was nice to have a hometown job. And now I'm gearing up for the Lyrica Baroque concert, which will be next Thursday at St. Mary's Church in the Ursuline Convent on Charters.
That's at 6 p.m. So
6
it's a little early. So go there first and then go out to eat or
That's
something,
right. That's right.
Uh-huh.
It'll be your appetizer.
Exactly. Exactly. But we have something to look forward to. We've got in April you'll be doing.
Yes, I'll be singing the lead with New Orleans Opera. I'm singing Marguerite in Faust, and it's my debut with the role. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Well, back to this week. I know you have two little ones. I've always wondered, do you sing to them?
I do. I sing to them, but
ages?
Age 3 and 1. The 3-year-old is my daughter. The 1-year-old is my son. He seems to like it a little bit more than the 3-year-old because now she wants to sing. But she sings everything. She'll sing, "Mommy, I want a peanut butter sandwich." and so of course I play along and say, "Okay, what kind of bread do you want?" You know. So it's kind of like I really am living in an opera, all the time.
Exactly. Now, you said, though, thankfully, December was a little more quiet because normally your schedule is you're out and about quite a few times a month.
Yes, usually. This December, I think, is the first time in maybe 7 or 8 years that I'm not traveling, and it's been a blessing because the kids are at such cute ages, and I love being with them. I've been very busy at home, though. I just did 2 Christmas concerts, one in Destrehan, one in Thibodaux, and I have this one Thursday, and also the Cathedral concert Sunday, the Mendelssohn Magnificat. It's with the wonderful Cathedral Choir.
That's this Sunday.
Yes, and I'm the soloist.
All right. Well, it is time. We're going to let Sarah Jane move on to the other side of the studio, and she will kindly sing for us that Christmas classic, "Oh Holy Night," and we're so thrilled that she's going to be doing this. And she is accompanied by a young man who is part of the Studio and Artist in Residence program at St. Louis Cathedral, and we'll tell you about him shortly. Let's watch.
The stars are brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Savior's birth. Long lay the world in sin and error pining, till He appeared and the soul felt its worth. A thrill of hope, the weary world rejoices, for yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. Fall on your knees, oh, hear the angel voices, oh, night divine, oh, night when Christ was born, oh, night divine, oh, night, oh,
So wonderful. Happy holidays. And we want to thank Emmanuel Araquilia, who accompanied Sarah Jane, and he is the current Young Artist in Residence in that program, a program made possible by late Cathedral organist Elise Cambone and parishioners at St. Louis Cathedral. Sarah Jane will perform with Lyrica Baroque in their concert, A Musical Christmas, as we said, next Thursday, December 22nd at 6 p.m. at the Ursuline Convent at St. Mary's Church on Chartres. Some of us used to call it St. Mary's Italian Church, of course. Right? An idea of victory. That was another name. Yeah. And now, though, it's time for our Artist Spotlight. Tonight, we're featuring great stocking stuffers from Tom Perisco Designs. This is his latest, look at this, this postcard that's available. And his latest book is called Looking Up, Looking Down. And it's scenes, local scenes. And it's just this little square book about, I guess, about 4 inches by 4 or 5 inches. A great stocking stuffer, as we said. And it's available for purchase in many places, including Octavia Books, the Ogden Museum, and Southern Food and Beverage. All that info is available at tomperiscodesigns.com. Now to Alan.
Well, you know, those 4 young toughs who are breaking out of New Jersey to, seek the spotlight, the Tony Award-winning story, Jersey Boys. It's on at the Sanger. And, of course, the Frankie Valli story, if you will, the Four Seasons. They're back in action doing some great music, singing, and dancing. Again, this is one of my favorite shows. In my estimation, the best jukebox musical that's out there, because that book is so very good. And you wonder why. It's Marshall Brickman, of course, who was so wonderful with Annie Hall in Manhattan for Woody Allen, and, of course, Rick Elise, who recently wrote, the Peter and the Starcatcher and the Addams Family, but also wrote, if you remember, the movie with Bette Midler for The Boys. He's a great screenwriter as well. So again, you put those kind of book writers together with the music of the Four Seasons, and it's a wonderful winning combination. Matthew Daly as Tommy DeVito is really quite menacing, probably the most menacing of all of the Tommy DeVitos that I've seen. He's got his New Jersey thug character down well. Aaron DeJesus as Frankie Valli is also really the glue that holds the show together, along with Corey Giacomo as Bob Gaudio. The Jersey Boys, it features about 30-plus songs. Their song selection, of course, you can run the gamut from, Ragdoll to Walk Like a Man, etc. But there you see Gaudio and Frankie Valli together. They are really the two geniuses behind the group. Jersey Boys will be closing, by the way, on Broadway in January after 11 years, and that production will go down in history not only for having had different productions in West End and Australia and other places around the world, but also is the 12th longest running show in Broadway history. So that's quite a feather in their caps. And this may be the last time we'll see this show. So I would recommend going to go out and see it, because you may not have a chance to see that again. Jersey Boys at the Sanger through Sunday. Meanwhile, See 'Em on Stage Productions is putting on its final shows of the season for The Lion in Winter. And this, of course, we had Leslie Castell on not too long ago when I was away. She plays the incredible role of Eleanor of Aquitaine. Christopher Ventavenia was the director of this jewel of a play, written by James Goldman, with Kevin Murphy as Henry II. Callie Russell also seems to be always very generous in her roles, her performances. She does not disappoint us as well, playing Alice. Alex Martinez Wallace is in this as well. You'll see he plays Jeffrey, the bastard son, if you will. We also have Jake Lynn Wilson, who's also quite delicious as King Philip, and Eli Tim is also very good as John. Alec Barnes, that you saw him just a little while ago, as Richard the Lionheart. It's all part of a really wonderful set design that they did over this new place called the Sanctuary Cultural Arts Center, 2525 Burgundy Street. I would again recommend you to see that.
So wonderful.
And again, Leslie is really the highlight to me to see that. And again, you'll see many things coming up with them. They've got some other productions that are coming up. Steel Poinsettias. Now, this is over at the Rivertown Theaters for the Performing Arts. This is the usual characters that we have of Ricky Graham and Varley Jean Merman, Michael Sullivan, Brooklyn Schaefer, and even some performances there by Brian Johnson, who you'll see hooded. This is a takeoff, of course, on Steel Magnolias. It is funny. It is really cleverly done. A little more on the adult side. I would recommend it very highly, though. They have been selling out. They've added some additional performances, but there's Marla and Ricky on the left. Fantastic. Again, that'll be playing through the 22nd of December. And coming up now, continuing at the World War II Museum for several select days, this is probably the best Christmas show that Victoria Reed, the music and entertainment director, has done over there of a vintage Christmas. This stars 3 of the Victory Bells, Emily Guyan, Mandy Ridgedale, Andrea Pizza, and she also stars with Tom Hook. And of course, everybody knows what a great pianist he is. Fantastic. It's broken down into 3 different sets. The first is your contemporary Christmas songs. Then there's the Burl Ives segment, and then they do the things like I Saw 3 Ships, Holy Night, the more traditional Christmas fare. Okay. Fantastic stuff.
And
there.
Harry Shearer's going to be at Le Petit.
At Le Petit, last but not least, Harry Shearer and his wife Judith Owen, they do a fantastic show called Christmas Without Tears at Le Petit, and that's going to be on 2 nights, 22nd and 23rd of December.
Okay, thank you so much. Pianist Tom Worrell can do it all: jazz, rhythm and blues, and funk. He's part of a stellar lineup of the Professor Longhair birthday party tribute this Monday at the Willow, formerly Jimmy's. Here's Fest's signature song, Tipatina.
Triple, tra-la-la-la, whoa-whoa-wow, oh, tra-la-la. Oola-mala-walla-gala, tra-na-tina-na. Tipatina, tra-la-la-la, whoa-whoa-wow, oh, tra-la-la. Tra-na-na-na, tra-na-tina-na. Hey, Lubetta, oh, Lubetta, girl, you tell me where you been. You came home this morning with a belly full of gin. Oh, Lubetta, oh, Lubetta, girl, you hear me calling you. You're 3 times 7, baby, what you wanna do? Tra-la-la-la, whoa-whoa-wow, tra-la-la. Tra-la-la-la, tra-na-tina-na.
All right, Professor Longhair, happy birthday. Don't miss that birthday celebration at the Willow Uptown this Monday with Tom, Reggie Scanlon, Al Carnival Time Johnson, Armand St. Martin, and others. Tickets are only $10, and it all starts at 7 p.m. Now time for our picks. Cece.
Well, how about, excuse me, learning to photograph eagles and seeing bald eagles February 17th at the Eagle Expo with me.
Okay, all right, Poppy.
Tuesday at Cafe Reconcile, it's Pay What You Can Day. No prices on the menu, so you can give large contributions or nothing. And please, vote for Louisiana Eats online at the Taste Awards.
Okay, Sarah Jane.
Christmas Day, I'm singing 9 o'clock and 11 o'clock masses at the cathedral.
All right, great.
And it's Christmas time, so I'm going to recommend the Nutcracker. JPAS is putting on at the Jefferson Performing Arts Center Saturday and Sunday at 7:30 and 2 p.m. respectively.
All right, and my picks, The Running of the Santas returns to the Warehouse District. That's tomorrow with activities starting at 11 a.m. at Manning's Restaurant. There's stuff all day. Visit the website for details. Christmas caroling, of course, in Jackson Square is Sunday night. Gates open at 6:30. Caroling begins at 7 p.m. And here is the 2016 edition of Mr. Bingle. Thanks to Dillard's, this lovable Mr. Bingle, this Maison Blanche snowman lives on, available at Dillard's. And thanks to my friend Maria Cachetta who brought one by. We're so glad to have Bingle. Thank you all so very much, and thank you very much for watching. Good night.